Before you watch the vlog, I have a very important announcement. I'm doing another watercolor class. That's right, I'm partnering with the Imagine Museum in St. Pete to host another watercolor event. It ties into their Graphic World exhibit, so if you want to learn how to take any ink illustration and transform it into a really cool piece of art, go ahead and stop on by. All materials are provided. This is a super fun way to get to not only meet other artists, but learn some of the foundations of watercolor that will help to elevate your coloring skills. It's super fun. Always have a great time when I do these events. It's really great to meet people, so want to let you guys know tickets are available in the description down below. We have limited seating, so make sure that you get those tickets ASAP. Thank you guys so much for letting me do what I love and spreading the joys of comic art, creativity, and just using art to have a fun time. So let's go ahead and roll that intro. Sarah, you can kill vampires now. You have a stake.
Okay.
No, I'm not a vampire, but that would still kill me.
No.
Yeah. I'm a little congested, so if I sound more nerdy and nasally, I apologize, but I'm also not going to apologize. Also, guess what? My wife's making BLTs. Yeah! And she's got no pants on, which is why she's not in the video. Hey, that's why we got an apartment. I mean, there were other reasons why we got the apartment, but one of the benefits, viewers, is when you have your own place, you gotta wear pants. Now, if you have a non-platonic roommate, you gotta wear pants. Even then, I feel like it's 50-50. Okay, so I have a couple things. One, we have the watercolor class, which has not happened yet at the time of recording, but will be available at the end of the video because I'll talk about it because it was already passed. Mentioned in last month's vlog, but the mini posters that we'll be painting came in. So we're gonna have a black and white version that you will follow along with me and paint. Really excited about that, so definitely keep an eye on that. Also, keep checking the description because every time I do get an event, I always post the tickets, so if you're local and you wanna go. I am super excited because, yes, it's the 4th of July. Yes, I'm gonna be spending time with my family, including my niece and nephew. Big but. I wanna talk real quick about one of my all-time loves and passions in this world, and that is dinosaurs. Dinosaur DNA. So I got the chance to not only see it once, but twice. Jurassic Park Rebirth. What I think about it, and if you guys follow me on Instagram, you guys know I posted some loot. We'll talk about that in a minute. I saw it the opening night with my wife Sarah, and then I saw it last night with my brother-in-law Alex. And let me tell you something. I love Jurassic Park. This is one of those movies that inspired me. I have an original Jurassic Park shirt that my grandfather got like 2 or 3 years before I was born. And I called it vintage in a video and people were mad at me. And I had an absolute blast. I'm going to talk about my movie going experience in a minute, but no spoilers, just talking briefly about the movie. I was impressed with it. Obviously, it's not my favorite in the franchise. That's still going to be JP1. But honestly, Rebirth felt like a really solid remake and reinvention of JP3, which was one of the first ones that I saw. If I remember right, I think my grandfather showed me Jurassic Park 1 and then Jurassic Park 3. Or he may have even shown me 3 first. I remember watching 3 a lot more than watching 1. I don't know why my grandfather liked JP3, or at least showing us JP3 more. But either way, for me, it felt like a really good update to that movie. Like, it was more of a remake or a reimagining of some of the ideas in JP3. In fact, if you got the toys from Jurassic Park 3, all of the toys mentioned Site C. It was supposed to be on a 3rd island until they went back and changed it to Site B, which is why Site B looks super different from the 2 movies. So I thought that was really cool how they actually committed to showing us more islands. And I actually like that they did show us more dinosaurs. Yes, this isn't a spoiler, mainly because everyone kind of knows it. It's what the toys are on, it's what the commercials are about. But essentially, this island has a lot more mutations and hybrids. The D-Rex being one of them. And let me tell you something, I really like the D-Rex. A lot of people said he looked weird, especially with the bulbous head. When you find out he has like cuttlefish DNA and he has whale DNA, and that's not a spoiler by the way, they never mention what he's made out of in the movie. You have to look it up. I kind of like the juxtaposition. Yeah, we have like orca whales and killer whales and that kind of stuff. Like, whales aren't just peaceful, loving creatures. Like, they can be vicious. I get that. But you never really think about that, at least I never do. I kind of have to be reminded that whales are, like, dangerous. So I kind of like the juxtaposition of the whale kind of fish head and the bulbous head with the giant T-Rex mouth. I thought it looked really cool. I actually like the contrast, the sharper teeth. It kind of gives me a little bit of a xenomorph vibe, especially with some of the shots. Really enjoyed it. I do want to pick up a figure of it. There's a couple I saw at Walmart. Also, I love the 6 limbs. You know, vertebrates, they don't have like 4 limbs. I mean, we humans have 2 arms, 2 legs. But And if you look at other animals like tigers, cheetahs, lizards, like they all have that specific layout. Then you compare that to some sea creatures that are non-vertebrates, like octopi and squids that have 8 limbs. That really makes him stand out, and I kind of wish they hyper-focused on it more. They really don't, which I do think is a missed opportunity, because that type of mutation I think is really cool. There's also a couple other references, like there is a 2-headed dinosaur that is I believe a slight reference to the canceled Jurassic Park cartoon, where that was supposed to have a 2-headed T-Rex. So I would have liked to actually see the 2-headed T-Rex, but we do get a 2-headed dinosaur in a brief scene, which I think is a reference. There's another creature that it's not exactly the same, but it looks like it could be a slight nod to the Ultimasaurs, only because it is kind of matches that body type, not perfectly, but just enough where I feel like that was intentional. And then they also have this one dinosaur that's like exploded out, that may be a reference to like the weird plant dinosaur from the canceled cartoon. And I do think the Ankylosaurus in the movie is a reference to Bumpy from Camp Cretaceous and Chaos Theory. So there's that. Do I think it's better than JP1? Absolutely not. That's going to be the best in the franchise no matter what. Do I think it's better than Lost World? I don't have that nostalgia for it, so I think it is. I do have nostalgia for JP3, and I will acknowledge that movie has flaws, so it's way better than 3. And you really have to try to be worse than Fallen Kingdom and Dominion, so obviously it's better than those. But is it better than Jurassic World? Well, in all honesty, as someone who is a fan of the series, as someone who studied film, who went to school for animation and film, I can safely say, in my personal opinion, I think it is. I at least enjoyed it more than Jurassic World. Jurassic World had some major just lapse in logic, dumb things. And at least with this movie, it gets the dumb thing out of the way. There is something dumb in it, but it gets it out of the way pretty much in the first, 5 minutes of the movie. And after that, it makes sense. So, for the most part, I honestly have to say, I think I enjoyed it, at least enjoyed it more than Jurassic World. Now, the effects were good and also bad. There were definitely some shots that they did not put all their effort into. Very obvious. Some shots were really breathtaking, though. It was really good. I mean, you couldn't even tell that was a CG model. It was that good. But then other shots, I'm like, okay, that's just a composite. Okay, that's a green screen. Okay, that's this. And it was distracting for me. But I acknowledge I'm trained to see these flaws. And my dad could see this movie and notice no issue. My brother-in-law saw it, and he didn't really comment on the effects. He said they looked good. Me and my wife, however, because I've shared those things that I've learned with her, were able to spot these lacking elements more easily. BLT's ready? Yeah! So with Jurassic Park being one of my favorite movie franchises and dinosaurs one of my many lifelong obsessions, I kind of spoiled myself and splurged just a little bit on the merch. But this guy right here is the crown jewel in my collection. I mean, this is honestly, Sarah said it right so far, honestly one of the coolest. And I do mean that. This thing is phenomenal. It's very also functional. So this part opens up right here, and your popcorn goes in here. The dinosaur is removable, so you can fill this whole thing up with popcorn. And this part right here, when you push this button, pops out, and this is your drink. So for one, I love that it's actually very functionable, so you could, if you wanted to, fill this with popcorn, fill this with soda, sit down, munch, and you're good. For me though, it's just such a beautiful display piece. I love this thing. The light is great, and I went to not one, but 2 different Regals to find this. In fact, I wasn't just hunting for me. I bought 3 of these. One for me, one for my brother-in-law Alex, which I gave it to him yesterday, and he flipped loving it, and to my coworker Wade, who is my popcorn collecting buddy, as we're both trying to hunt down the Galactus popcorn bucket. This right here is, in my opinion, the best popcorn bucket I have so far. I love the design. It's just such a phenomenal piece of collectible merch. I love how they did this entire thing. But it's not all I got. When me and Sarah went to the movie theater, they were giving these away for free. Administration clearance, Jurassic World InGen badges. So the couple in front of us actually got the last 2, and before we got in line, I complimented the dude's shirt. And he said, "Oh, thanks, man," and we started talking about Jurassic Park. Well, him and his partner gets the last 2. He turns around and says, "Hey, dude, here you go." And I was like, what? So I got the last one at my local movie theater, and it was out of the kindness of the couple in front of us. So, doubt they'll watch this video, but if they do, you are awesome. Thank you so much for being so cool. But yeah, this was absolutely an amazing treat. Then we got in line for some popcorn, and I saw on the wall something that I wasn't aware was a collectible popcorn bucket. $26, I got this guy right here. This is the AMC popcorn bucket, more like a tray, and this thing is so cool. I mean, for one, it's way bigger than this guy right here. This was $45, this was $26, but this has lights and a bunch of other pieces. This is just probably vacuum formed plastic. Either way, I'm going to hang this on my wall somewhere, probably in the kitchen. This is so cool, and if you are doing a Jurassic Park marathon, this would be really good to serve like chips and dip. Like, it's a really cool tray. I actually really like this. This is what I got with Alex. It was $25, and it's the D-Rex cup. It's super detailed. I like the paint. It's basic, but I love how they did the eye, especially with the uneven like iris. It looks really cool. I love the bunks. It's a squishier material, so it's not like super hard plastic, and it does have a lid and a straw. I thought it was actually a Velociraptor, but the guy behind the counter said, oh no, it's the D-Rex, and when he handed it to me, I was like, oh yeah, it is the D-Rex. So I was like, you know what, I like his design, let's go ahead and do this. The only thing else I want to get from Jurassic Park is more of the Hammond collection, because you know me, I love me some dinos. But I have talked way too long about dinosaurs in Jurassic Park. I'm going to put this away and find a home for everything, and we are going to eat some BLTs.
Hey, love. What are you doing?
I'm filming my amazing, beautiful wife that lets me buy dinosaur toys.
You're a dork.
How am I a dork?
Because I said so.
I love you. Anyway, so we went to a Target, and guess what? It's so cool. It's so cool. This is not in scale, by the way, although that would be terrifying if it was. So this is the Hammond Collection Stegosaurus, one of my favorite dinosaurs of all time. And one thing that's cool that I really do like and appreciate is that these are specific dinosaurs from the movies. So this one here is from JP2, when Dr. Sarah was being attacked by a horde of them. Sarah! Sarah! I love that even when Malcolm is worried about his, like, girlfriend, his uhs have to be in the way. But yeah, the figure's really good. It's got a good amount of articulation, a lot more than these figures normally would. And I don't mean these as in, like, the Hammond collection, I mean just dinosaur toys in general. And I am a little disappointed that there is nothing, like, here in the body. But I get it. I mean, I don't know how you could engineer some articulation. I mean, you could have done, like, what the tail does, how there's joints in there, but I feel like that would have degraded very quickly. So I do like the posability on him, and then I got a little matchbox from the first movie. So yeah, I'm just gonna put him there, put him in the dinosaur shelf in a minute. We're watching Parasite, but I do want to show this off real quick. Got it right there. So I decided to put this on the actual shelf itself instead of on a floating shelf over there, and I think that looks amazing. And then Sarah, look, we got this up. Oh, it's so nice. It's so nice in the kitchen. What do you think?
I like it.
What are you looking at? Dinosaurs. Oh, crocodiles.
A guy booping a bunch of alligators
That's
with a
awesome.
shovel.
Yeah, I hope he doesn't get hurt. Oh, that one ran. Oh, they know what's up. Is he gonna boop another?
I don't know.
Oh,
think this is
that
a-
one got booped.
I think it's an enclosure or something. I don't know.
Dude. Either way, yeah. Dinosaur. Dino DNA. So, guess what movie we're gonna see, guys?
You'll never guess.
I know, right? I'm so excited.
But don't worry, guys. Don't worry. He's still holding true to his brand. Batman's underneath.
My Superman shirt, I wore it the other day when I was watching Noah, and I didn't wash it.
I just love that you're like, no, Batman. I'm secretly Batman.
You know what? I have a cape. Show the cape. Yeah! I'm so excited. It's Velcro.
No. Hand up.
Da-na-na-na, na-na-na. Alright, so we're gonna review it, watch it, have fun, not in that order. Let's go.
So I liked the movie. I really liked the movie, and I will talk about these in a minute, don't worry, and I will talk about the movie, don't worry. But first, I'm tired, I'm drained, I had a busy day. So, we saw Superman yesterday, we loved it, it was awesome, I'll talk more about it, don't worry, you will get my opinions, I will talk all day about Superman, I'll show you the merch, but we got home at 1:45, we saw a late night showing. Guess what happened? We had to get up early the next day, which was today, for Disney Spring. So everyone met up at my parents' house. We drove over there, had a blast. Now, for those of you who don't know, I am a proud Tio. I love my niece, I love my nephew. Noah and Ella mean the world to me, and I love to spoil them, and I love to carry them, and I love to have fun with them. So when we were there, Noah was practically on my shoulders like half of the day, because the other half of the day, Ellie was in my arms, and that little baby lady is the sweetest thing. I pinched them little cheeks. I got her to go to sleep a couple times. If she cries, I'll rock her. I love that baby, and I will spoil them. My mom has been having some hip issues and some leg issues, so she got a wheelchair, and guess who ended up pushing her? This guy. So, ultimately, I was a workhorse, and I was tired. And let me tell you something, I am not complaining because I love spoiling those babies. So we went to Rainforest Cafe, and every time that we had the lightning and the thunder, I grabbed Noah and I walked him around so you could see the animatronics, and he loved it. He did get a little freaked out with the gorillas, but understandable because some of those animatronics are janky. And this is the same Rainforest Cafe that we used to go to when I was little, so that was pretty special to me. Also, since we went to Disney Springs, guess what? Performance issues. There we go. I got not one, two lightsabers, because I'm obsessed with lightsaber staffs. I love double-bladed lightsabers. You can tell that Phantom Menace was the first Star Wars movie I watched, can you? But yeah, I finally made a white lightsaber. For those of you who don't know, every time I go to Disney Springs, or every time that I go to Disney World, well, not every time because they didn't always have this, but every time as an adult I go to Disney World, I make a new lightsaber. And I have fun. It's a little tradition. Either I make one or I buy one, sometimes both. This is one where I got to make one. And there's actually a kid there that didn't know how these work. So it's like, hey dude, I've done this before. So I helped him make his lightsaber. I will put this down so I can talk about some loot, because I made the mistake last time of talking about the movie first and not the loot. And I felt like I had to rush the loot. I'm learning from my mistakes. Super quick update, because I did go on record saying that this was the Superman popcorn bucket I wanted. Well, guess what? Yeah, not gonna happen, which is unfortunate. I wanted it to match my Batman one, which was the first popcorn bucket that I started in my collection. Unfortunately, that one is an Alimony Draft exclusive, and apparently they didn't put a cutoff on the orders, so they had way more orders than they could actually meet, which is unfortunate because I really wanted that popcorn bucket. But this one right here at least scratched the itch, and I'm going to keep this next to my Batman one, and I'm pointing over there because guess what? It's over there. I also moved my Alien Romulus one so that my Xenomorphs are coming out of it. I still want to track down the Xenomorph head one. That is like a holy grail that I really want. But this one here is really cool. I mean, it's classic, it's iconic, and there's actually 3 different versions of this. So the difference is the topper. The first one is going to have Superman, the second one is going to have Crypto, and the third one, which is the one that I have, has his crest as a keychain. I went with the keychain route because I'm probably going to just keep this on my keys or put it somewhere in the studio, and I'm going to use this next to my Batman popcorn bucket or other brushes, because I keep my giant brushes in the Batman one, so I'll probably keep some medium-sized brushes in this one. And while I couldn't get this popcorn bucket, which does suck, I was able to get my second choice, which was this one right here. Looking like a newspaper stand. This thing is amazing. It's big, it's hefty, but here's something I like. If you flip this open, you can open it and flip the article. So you can have Superman or Crypto, and that's just awesome. You can also make your own if you wanted, and I did post pictures of this on Instagram, so if you follow me there, you already saw all this. But if you look on the inside, I don't know how well I can get it, there is a decal that makes it look like there's more newspapers in it. There's also a slot right here that you can insert a coin into, so you can use this as a bank if you want. I am going to put this in my superhero display and have movies in it, because I could probably fit them in there. I haven't tried it yet, but that's going to be what I'm going to try. Not done for Luke, because since we went to Disney Springs, I got a little bit of jewelry for Sarah. We got a couple stuff for the kitchen because we're going to do a Coke-themed kitchen. Not going to show those off because that's Sarah's loot unless she wants to, but I was able to get these Lego pens. I was also really tempted to get the Lego notebook, but $32 is way too much. I'm sorry. I love that they click and they use the Lego system. And as I mentioned before, I have these lightsabers that click together. I love light staffs. They are my favorite type of lightsaber outside of crossguards, which is weirdly controversial. I mean, we've had lightsaber whips, we've had this weird lightsaber sword catcher thing, we've had a lightsaber armor. Why is a crossguard something that has historically been used in swordsmanship and swords crafting for like ever? Why is it, you know, whatever. Either way, I love light staffs, and these are my okay, these are kind of loud. And these are my first white lightsabers. So right now I have blue, green, yellow, red, and white. So I'm probably going to make a purple one next time we go. Look forward to that. And by the way, these parts are interchangeable, so you can take these off and remake them with the ones that you have. And the ones from Disney Springs, as I always mention, are smaller than the ones at Disney World. So the ones at Disney World don't retract all the way. They actually have this part sticking out so they go further. But the ones at Disney Springs click into place, which is really nice. But that does mean that it is a shorter blade, which is unfortunate. It's one of those things where it's pick your poison. For me, I'd rather have it fully retract than be longer. That's just a personal preference. But if I can have both, I'm going to want both. And now for the part that I'm sure some of you have been waiting for and others want to skip over. Here's my honest to God opinions on Superman. Spoiler free, just like with Jurassic Park. This is not scripted. This is just me talking, shooting from the hip. I made no secret in the beginning of this clip that I loved this movie, that I enjoyed it. I knew this movie was going to be good simply because James Gunn was dedicating this movie to his father. Now, that's a pretty big deal. And the thing about Superman is he's such an important character to fiction. Comics and superheroes are a very important part of my life. I mean, obviously, I have a YouTube channel that I've been making videos on since I was 14 about comics and superheroes, toys and art. I draw comics, I do comic art, I ink, I do all kinds of stuff. This is a medium, guys, that I have been in love with, that has shaped parts of my life, that is the main thing that me and my father share. Ever since I could comprehend what a superhero was, I grew up with this stuff. I know it inside and out. It's the industry that I love. It's the medium that I love. And I watched this movie and I was going in and I had high hopes. And I knew that this was going to be a good movie. If it financially bombs, it will be a critical acclaimed movie. It will be it'll have a cult following. Had high hopes. So I kind of was going in like, I know this is going to be good. And I didn't want to say I overhyped myself. But I was like, I trust this director. He understands these characters. I love his filmography. I know he's going to do good. People know me. I love Batman. I love Blue Beetle. I love Superman. I don't think Superman gets represented enough on this channel as he should because, you know, I'm known as the Batman guy that loves Batman. But Superman's a character that means a lot to me. He's a character that I genuinely look up to. And this movie, watching it, it was the medium that I love brought to life again. A feeling I haven't had in a while. It was everything that makes a comic book a comic book. It was everything that I wanted and didn't even know I wanted to see. It had the goofiness, the silliness. It had the fun, the humor, the heart, the passion, the good versus evil. It had larger-than-life characters, dastardly villains. It had moments that gave characters that should have the spotlight, characters that people don't even know about, that don't read comics. It gave them a chance to shine. It was everything that made me fall in love with comics on the big screen. And the entire time, I'm smiling, I'm having fun. It's such a great movie, guys. The most negative things I've heard about this movie are Superman's too friendly, it's too goofy, it's too much like a comic book, it's not dark enough. Those are people who don't read comics. Those are people that grew up with Snyder's Superman. Those are people that don't understand Superman. And if they don't like that, sign me up, because this is what I love about this medium. This is what inspires me about this medium. Is this movie made for everyone? Absolutely not. But I think if you showed someone this movie who didn't like Superman or never read a Superman book, this would get them to like Superman. This was a movie that I walked away smiling, that I just fell in love all over again with Superman. Is it perfect? No. I don't even think the Christopher Reeve Superman movie is perfect, in all honesty. I think it does have flaws. It kept the core Superman. That's the important part. Superman's core, who he is, and what the character symbolizes, never changes. James Gunn is such a talented film director. I can really talk a lot about his filmmaking, his use of lighting, his compositing, his shots. I also love his use of music. And the use of music here, while not on the same level as his other work, still is really good. And I'm watching this movie and I'm like, that's an interesting choice. That's a good choice. That's interesting. Okay, I like what you did there. And for me, it's like 99%, like it's there. It's like right there. And then at the very end, one line of dialogue that captures who Superman is, that tells you This is the character, the most human of us all, who's an alien, but he's the most human of us. He's the greatest of us. He is a hero that embodies what it means to be human. It embodies what it means to be a person, to have heart. And it clicks. And it goes from like 98, 99 to right there. And it's an amazing movie. I mean, this is something where if my nephew was older, he would be in the seats right next to me watching it with me because he loves Superman. This is what being a hero, I don't want to say this is what being a hero is, but this captured a lot of that for me. It was someone who loves Superman, someone who understands Superman, someone who cares for this character, this medium, and said, I'm going to bring it to life as best as I can. And he did it. I have very, very few negative things to say about this movie. Blown away with it. I cannot wait for the rest of what James Gunn has planned for this universe. I will say this though, there was no reference to Blue Beetle. Did break my heart a little bit. Hopefully you guys agree with me. I'm curious to see what you guys think of Superman. Also let me know what you guys think of Jurassic Park, because I want to know that as well. You guys know me, I love dinosaurs too. But seriously, genuinely, I love this movie. Go check it out. Treat yourself. Make it a fun date night. That's what me and my wife did. And wear a cape, because a lot of other people wearing capes, and I got compliments on it. So I know I got a little real there, and a lot of stuff came from the heart, which is weird because I don't really understand all that stuff sometimes. You know how it is. But seriously, thank you all so much for listening. Rest of the month is going to be fun. We got the watercolor class. We got some other stuff. I'm super excited. Got some fun videos. I'm already working on my anniversary gift for my wife. I can't show you. I'll give you a little tick. There you go. So I'm working on that. So yeah, a lot of fun stuff planned. A lot of things we're doing. I'm tired. I need to go to bed. Peace.
Oh my god. No. Yeah, okay. Don't you...
Hey, I just combed my hair. My glob. You look so beautiful. You look so beautiful. Pay attention to her, but you look so beautiful.
Thank you.
I feel like being chauffeured. It's so nice.
Oh yeah. Okay, passenger princess. You act like you don't do this most of the time.
I'm gonna put a little crown over my head. So, guys, today's the day. The day. We are here at the museum opening for the Graphics World 2 exhibit. I'm so excited. I have 4 pieces in this one, twice as many as I had last time. And yeah, I am beyond excited. Dressed up all fancy. So did she. We're heading there now. We're about 32 minutes away. So we get there a little early, make sure everything is good. And then, yeah, we're going to have fun. It's a 3-hour event. 3 hours of socializing with strangers.
And some non-strangers.
And some non-strangers. I've actually been able to make quite a few friends and connections there, which I'm really thankful for, because like everyone there is super nice and sweet. So let's go. Wow. You gonna get my energy? Are you tired? I feel like you're tired.
A little bit.
For context, we had the babies over, and we were running around the apartment, so both of us are tired. And in addition, we're going to go see Fantastic Four tonight, which is like a 2-hour movie. So maybe this wasn't a good decision. Let me just, I'm old. Let me take a nap.
Love this angle.
No. Do want to apologize that we didn't film a lot during the event, simply because I didn't want to be intrusive. I didn't feel right just, pulling out my phone and getting content for the channel. I wanted to, enjoy the moment, and I didn't want to, be like that guy. But I'm starting to be recognized, and a lot of local, artists now know me. And I know them. So I'm mostly known as the detailed artist, because my detailed inked illustrations, the ink artist who works in ink, the guy that drew the Hulkbuster, but I'm also known as the nice artist. So a lot of people continue to talk about how nice I am, and that warms my heart because I genuinely try to be nice. Like, my videos, I'm a little cartoony, but it's me. I try to be genuine, and when I talk with people, I try to be genuine because I know what it's like to have fake people talk to you, and I just don't like that. I don't want that. So it warms my heart knowing that people refer to me as the nice artist. So I thank you so much. That means the absolute world to me. me. So I did want to talk a little bit about the gallery and how much fun we had. It was a great event. Noah and Ella were absolutely amazing during it. It was quite loud. I got a little worried that it was too much for them, but they did really good. Also had a successful watercolor class. So those of you who don't know, I hosted a watercolor class at the museum. This was the promotional, and this is what we painted in class. And some of you guys may be watching it because I did put a link to my content on the back of these so that if anyone had questions or wanted to know more about watercolor, this is a resource for you guys. Feel free to leave a comment, shoot me an email. There's a reason why I leave those in the comment section, like the emails and stuff, so that you can ask questions even if you don't want to ask them publicly, because I love being able to help and answer questions with people. And I met so many great, wonderful artists during this. So some people have been painting for 12 years. Some people were crafters that were just painting. There was one woman that said this was her first ever art class, and I felt super honored because I'm like, oh my gosh, I really hope I did good. And we had a couple technical issues. Unfortunately, the screen didn't work, and I had a whole PowerPoint presentation. Originally, I was going to do the entire painting on the big screen. So we switched it up, moved over. Luckily, I brought my easel with me, so I was able to set it up, and the entire group was just amazing. Super kind, really like attentive. I just enjoyed it. So looking forward to doing a new class. That's going to be August 16th, and that's going to be this piece right here. So I'm going to walk you from start to finish on how to paint this. All the stuff's going to be provided. I'm going to post about it on my Instagram. If you follow me on Instagram, you're definitely going to see the Fantastic Four post, my Dolly post, and you're also going to see you saw ads about this, and then you'll see ads about this. So super excited. I'm going to save what the color version will look like for Instagram, so go ahead and check there to see that. But yeah, really excited. Went really well. I've also been super busy on some projects, so I'm working on this drawing right here, one of my characters, and then I'm also working on some other character stuff. So been filling up this sketchbook with character designs, so I want to show that. Also, I've been working on stuff in this pile here, if you want to like turn the camera over. So this has my wife's anniversary gift, which she has seen a sneak peek of, and she loves it. She also has not seen this, but this is going to be a new entry in the Realistic Raft series. And then, I think my dad's sick because he took my sister to the movies and took me to the Salvador Dali Museum. He paid for everything. I'm like, are you okay, Dad? He goes, yeah, I'm fine. I just want to spend time with my kids. I'm like, okay. So we went to the Dali Museum, which if you follow me on Instagram, you already saw those photos. But I did get a little bit of loot. So I got two things from the museum. First off, I took a selfie with Salvador Dali. The entire experience, by the way, was amazing. I'm going to talk a lot about that. But I got this book, The Geometry of Art and Life, and it actually goes into the mathematical formulas of art and how they're used in life, and it's really cool. So I was looking through this book, and it was only $12. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to get this book. And it looks like a brief read. There's a lot of pictures, a lot of diagrams. There's another book I was tempted to get, but I decided to go with this one. And then I got this little pen, which may look familiar if you follow the channel, because I actually had a similar one to when I was working for Painting with a Twist. So you see how that has that there, and then you twist and it's a pen. This one says the Dali Museum, twist, it's a pen, and it's also my favorite color, so had to get a little collectible pen, so now I have two of these. Also, the bag is just really cool. Like, the museum, okay, so, I mean, the rest of this video is going to be me talking about the museum. It is an absolute treat and joy. So, I am not the biggest Salvador Dali fan. I do appreciate his artwork, I do appreciate his art style, his place in art history, but I've never been a huge, like, that's my guy. You know me, I'm a Kirby, Steve Ditko, Jim Lee. I'm like, that's my kind of area of art that I like, and Bertie Wrightson. But this was really cool because I didn't realize how much texture he put into his work. So there's one piece where he actually literally just took sand and applied it to a canvas to create that rock texture. His early work in the Impressionistic style and his rejection of modernism was really interesting because it showed where he was going in with heavy paint strokes. He even had artwork in the Barockian style. So it was really cool to see his body of work. It was also really cool to see just how big and small some of the paintings are. So we did see the famous clock painting, and it was a lot smaller than I thought it was. So I got a picture with that. I also got a picture with my favorite painting of his, which is this one right here. It's the one that looks like a Porter or Abraham Lincoln, depending on how you look at it. I don't know why I really like this one. I think it's a really cool optical illusion. I also got to see like his huge giant one that's like 20, 30 feet tall. Like that one was really cool. So I took a lot of photos of the artwork, and I took photos with my dad, and I took a couple selfies. So again, you follow me on Instagram, you're going to see these. I've been busy. I've been working on a lot of editing. I just finished up a couple big projects for the channel, but look at my desk. It's also, this here is the stuff for the new watercolor class. So I have all that stuff prepared, 25 seats, really excited. So I did get the T-Rex piece back, so that's really cool. And then I do still have the gaps in the wall because those are in the museum. So really excited, just a lot going on. Thank you all so much. Let's go watch Fantastic Four. Yeah!
Woo! I mean, he's a cute guest speaker, but still.
So me and Sarah adopted. He doesn't look like either of us. I think he'll fit into the family very well. He's actually whiter than Sarah, which I didn't think was possible.
Yeah, no freckles.
And no freckles. Look at this guy. So I saw Fantastic Four, and we will talk about the popcorn bucket in a minute. I also put up the J-Rod, like JR symbol stuff up here, and I actually really like how it looks. So this has been quite the month for movies. We've had Jurassic World Rebirth, Superman, Fantastic Four. I mean, pretty much all that's left that I want to see is going to be The Running Man and Tron. I know Sarah wants to see Weapons, so we'll probably see that in theaters. So for the most part, all the movies I was the most excited for already came out. I watched Fantastic Four. Me and Sarah made a nice date night out of it. Picked up the Herbie popcorn bucket. This guy right here is probably one of the coolest popcorn buckets I have in my collection. First off, this dude is huge. He's actually bigger than the Galactus popcorn bucket, something I'm still trying to track down. I love this guy because, for one, he is fully articulated. His arms go up and down, he's got elbows, he's got hands, and you can actually open up his chest and put candy in there. You can open up the back to put your popcorn, and there's like a lot of room in there. The head comes off so you can use it for your cup to put water and soda. I wouldn't recommend it because it also houses electronics. It plays the theme and also projects the 4 logo. I don't know how well it's going to show because we have all the lights on, but that's just cool. I really do like this. This is a very, very cool popcorn bucket. My only complaint, mine didn't come with a straw. That was weird, and I kind of wish his arms went in and out. Like, there's definitely room for them to collapse, like in the movie, and I would have liked if they could go out this way. Love this design. Like, Herbie looks so cool. I'm kind of tempted to buy a second one and kit bash it into a custom, like, puppet for the show. I really do like this. Like, and he's the size of my nephew. He's huge. This dude's awesome. He's gonna chill right there on the top of the shelf, right behind my grapnel gun, Shard of Kryptonite, my Kabuto Mushi, my Green Lantern power battery, some of my Funkos. Yeah, I have a problem, guys. Really cool. Definitely still going to try and track down the Galactus popcorn bucket. I was tempted to get the Fantastic car. I'm not going to. As nice as that car is, I am a sucker for the original Fantastic car, and I have a really nice Fantastic car toy already. So I'm not going to go for it. Let's go ahead and talk about the movie, because this movie right here is very special to me because I love the Fantastic Four. And Jack Kirby is my all-time favorite comic book artist. If you watch the channel for more than 5 minutes, you're going to realize that because I talk about him all the time. This is the 5th time they're trying this, and I am saddened that it took this long for them to get it right. I'm also saddened that it took Stan Lee passing for Jack Kirby to get the respect he deserves, because this movie is a Jack Kirby love letter. It is a tribute to the king. I love Jack Kirby. He's my favorite artist. He is someone who has inspired me. I grew up reading his comics. To me, Jack Kirby's comics are what comics should and are what they need to be. And I love Fantastic Four. I mean, if you look at the Kirby shelf in my little, like, shelf area here of, like, my drawing books, the top one is all Kirby books, including the artist edition of Fantastic Four. So this movie here felt like it was, I don't want to say made for me, but it was made for people like me that love these characters, but also love the artists behind them. Because, and I'm trying to keep these spoiler free, there's a lot of Kirbyisms and references in this movie. I mean, the movie takes place in Earth 828. Jack Kirby was born August 28th, and they actually point out that was specific. It ends with a direct quote from Kirby himself, one of his most famous quotes, by the way, and him and Stan Lee do make a cameo. Granted, they're different actors playing them young, but still, I really did appreciate it. Ben Grimm is the character that Kirby put the most of himself in, and we do get to see where Ben grew up, which, guess what, is the same place that Kirby grew up. There's a lot of elements that pay tribute to the king. I was really happy with that. You could ask Sarah, I was nerding out the entire time. Isn't that right, Purdy?
Yeah, a little bit.
By the way, in case you're wondering why she's not on camera, she decided she didn't want to put on a bra for this video. So, yeah, I have that after I finish filming. So, wink.
But the family and family friendly.
Wink. And it's not funny when that happens to me. So, I really did like Fantastic Four. I thought it was a great movie. Really excited to see how it's going to tie into the rest of the universe. Really excited to see just how much of this newer Marvel era is going to continue. Because I think Fantastic Four is an amazing, ironic first step, because in the movie, for this new, hopeful, brightly colored, 60s style return to basics for comics. I love the movie. I'm going to pick up an art book on how they designed everything because I think the design is gorgeous. I love that aesthetic. That retro futuristic is amazing. If you are paying attention to the Chamber series, there's a lot of that in there. So, huge inspiration, obviously, but I really was impressed with the movie. Was it better than Jurassic World Rebirth? Honestly, yes. I think I enjoyed it a lot more. I think it was better made. It had better effects. Jurassic World Rebirth was a little more fun, though. But for me personally, with all the Kirby stuff, it bumped it up. Now, the real question, is Fantastic Four better than Superman? If you ask me, no. I think Superman was way better. It was a true comic book movie, while Fantastic Four was the Marvel formula brought back to the original Marvel formula in the comics, just with the movie twist. So I was pretty happy with it. I really do like this movie. Please check it out. Please watch it. It was really good. I'm still gotta say Superman, best movie of the year so far, and I think it's going to be the best movie for a long time. I'm already planning to see it for a third time in theaters, because I saw it with my wife, saw it with my dad and my brother-in-law. I want to see it again. I love this movie. It just makes me so happy, and it's what I like about comics, that inspiration. And it's hard for me to put these more complex feelings into words and these emotions because of how much these characters and these stories and these heroes mean to me. So, do apologize there, but seriously, go check it out. It's a blast. Go ahead and pick up the Herbie popcorn bucket too. This thing's amazing. I love it. I really do like it. I'm tempted to get a second one, but this dude is pretty expensive. So with that said, let me know what you guys think of the movies. So Jurassic Park, Superman, Fantastic Four. I love to hear your guys' opinions. Let's go ahead and keep going. Battle Brawler out. Woo!